Hey guys, welcome to another daily pack opening with us here at the Games Repository. Today we're looking at Magic the Gathering, Journey into Nyx. Let's dive on in. Start off by looking at our little token we got. 2/3 Minotaur token. Not bad. The artwork's pretty good. Everybody likes to see tokens. First up from the pack proper, Dreadbringer Lamp. 5 mana, 4/2 black enchantment creature. Constellation. Whenever Dreadbringer Lamp or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains Intimidate until end of turn. Strong way to force some damage through against your opponents in Constructed. As a budget card, most useful in Limited, however, where it's great to have things to force damage. Next up we have Lament of Nick. 3 mana white enchantment, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has double strike as long as it's an enchantment, otherwise prevent all damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. Useful again as some sort of pseudo removal. Your opponent plays a big fatty non-enchantment creature, you stick that on it to stop it doing damage. Or, good way to give your large enchantment creatures, say the gods from the set, double strike. Not bad. Once again, very much a constructed card. Once again, very much a limited card. Wouldn't see a lot of play in constructed proper. Next we have Oakheart Dryads. A creature we've seen before. 3 mana, 2/3 green enchantment creature with Constellation. Its Constellation ability is particularly good for forcing damage through. Not bad if you've constructed a deck based around Constellation and having enchantment creatures. Particularly strong, however, in limited play. Next up, Harvest Guard Alcides. 3 mana for a 2/3 white enchantment creature. Constellation. Whenever Harvest Guard Alcides or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. Not the strongest of Constellation abilities, but does allow you to potentially save creatures you're going to attack with. Not bad. Again, very much a limited card. Its body helps it be quite strong there, though. Next we have Nature's Panoply. 1 green mana instant. Strive. Nature's Panoply costs 3 more to cast for each card beyond the first. Choose any number of target creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. This is not a bad little card. Very strong in limited, allowing you to pump up your creatures multiple times. Allowing you to pump up multiple creatures. Could see some play in Constructed as a budgetary option. Strong in green. Strong for aggressive decks. Next we have Rouse the Mob. 1 red instant, Strive. Part of the same cycle we just saw. Rouse the Mob costs 3 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each get +2/+0 and gain trampled end of turn. Strong way to give your creatures some sort of pseudo evasion. Trample helps you to force that little bit of extra damage through onto your opponent. Could make or break an attack. Similar to Nature's Panoply. Some use as a budgetary constructed card. Very strong in limited, however. Next we have Pin to the Earth. 2 mana blue enchantment. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -6/-0. Not a terribly strong spell. Some of blue's less useful abilities is giving creatures minus attack power. Could see some play in limited. Not so useful in constructed at all. Next we have Countermand. 4 mana blue instant, counter target spell. Its controller puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Strong counter spell if you're using cards from the Ravnica block to mill your opponent out. So, not a bad card to play in Constructed with a mill theme. Though, somewhat weak because of its mana cost. In Limited, however, a counter spell is always strong. Its mana cost is still reasonably prohibitive, but it's got a lot of use. Next up, Pensive Minotaur. 3 mana, 2/3 red creature with no abilities. Once again, pretty strong pick in draft situation. Not a bad card in sealed. Not terribly useful in Constructed, other than to pad out a budget deck. Or a Minotaur themed deck. Next we have Rise of Eagles. 6 mana blue sorcery. Put 2 2/2 bird enchantment creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield, then scry 1. Very high mana cost. Quite prohibitive for play. Could be useful as a way to give 2 creatures with evasion, or to play off of the Constellation ability in Limited. I don't think very many people at all would play it in Constructed, however. Now the start of our uncommons. First up, Wildfire Cerberus. 5 mana, 4/3 red creature with monstrosity for 7 mana. Monstrosity of 1. If this creature isn't monstrous, put a +1/+1 counter on it and it becomes monstrous after you've paid the monstrosity cost. When Wildfire Cerberus becomes monstrous, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature your opponents control. Not bad. Could see some play as a budgetary sideboard card for the standard deck monsters. Pretty strong in Limited as a potential board wiper. Not a bad little guy. Next we have Lien, Iconoclast. 4 mana, 3/2 white creature. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Lien, Iconoclast, destroy target enchantment creature and opponent controls. Pretty strong pseudo removal for block or for Limited play. Not so strong in Constructed, but its body and its ability make it very useful for Limited play. Next we have Spiteful Blow. 6 mana black sorcery. Destroy target creature and target land. Hefty mana cost for a spell, but has the potential to be very useful in Limited as a strong removal spell that can target pretty much any creature and also removes a land. However, at the stage of the game you're playing it, your opponent might well have plenty of lands already in play. Not so good for Constructed, good for Limited. Now we come to our rare. Aegis of the Gods. 2 mana, 2/1 enchantment creature. White. You have hexproof. This creature is very strong, and I think would see play in both Constructed and Limited. A lot of white Constructed weenie decks would like this just to stop them being targeted, while still being able to target themselves. Very strong creature. Definitely see play across the board. Thanks guys, and until next time.